Alright guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I'm answering a question that I got from one of those that subscribe to my channel. If you want to get the opportunity to ask me questions directly, then you have to subscribe to my channel. You also have to follow my WhatsApp group because that's where the magic happens. If you chat me directly, I may be able to respond to you because I know you subscribe. Thirdly, when you watch this video, don't skip the adverts. The adverts really go a long way to help us. So let's go into the video. All right, so someone asked, how long can this machine stay without it being used? So I'm going to cover all the stages of what will go wrong the moment you start leaving this machine unused. Let's start from the most obvious one, that once you stop using your machine for 1 week consecutively, the printer head begins to have a problem, right? After 1 week, your printer head can survive 1 week of no use, and that 1 week is very dangerous, but at least it can survive 1 week of no use. I've done it before during the COVID. 1 week we didn't turn on the machine and the machine was fine. But you see, the moment you cross 1 week, the nozzles begin to freeze up, so that by 2 weeks the nozzles are completely blocked. By 2 weeks, once the nozzle blocks, you can no longer use a syringe to open it. You are going to need that machine that I sell to be opening it, right? So once it's 2 weeks, you still have a hope. Buy my machine and then use it to clear the clog. Now, after 2 weeks, the printer head automatically freezes up and it dies. So by 3 weeks, 4 weeks, even though you cleaned in 3 weeks, the nozzles will not be complete. If you're extremely lucky, you may make it up to 3 weeks, but I doubt, because by then oxygen would have entered and then things would have started drying up significantly by then. By the 4th week, the printer head is dead. So that's stage number 1. Stage number 2, by the 2nd and the 3rd month, these cables will freeze up. So which means the inks in these tubes will freeze up, right? So by the 3rd month, even these cables will be gone by then. Usually by then you have to buy a new cable or you use fuel to free up the lines. By the 4th and the 5th month, the board will have collected enough dust that by the 6th, 7th month, the boards themselves, some components in the boards will also stop working. Then usually between the 6th and the 8th month, the time that the board is destroying, rats would have entered into the board and would have entered into the cavities of the printer. They should have started giving birth into the printer, and then the children of the rats will start eating the wires. And once they start eating the wires, then they start damaging the wire components of your machines. Then by 1 year plus, all of the culmination of all of those rats' activities, cockroaches, bugs, and all of those things will start rusting your machine in some hidden places. So by then the cap will no longer be working. You have to change your cap. The capping station will probably have frozen up in the next 1 year, so that this one also will not work. The fans also would have stopped working in another 1 year because either the rats would have eaten them, or maybe the sideboard also has burned. Something would have gone wrong. By the 2nd year, your machine will start getting rusted, and then it automatically becomes useless to you. Now, guess what happens if you use that machine every day for those 2 years? The machine will be intact. I bought this machine 2002. That's when I bought this machine. So which means this machine will be 4 years and it looks just like new after 4 years. That's because I use it on a daily basis. So the moral of the story is that you don't leave your large format machine unused. It's better don't buy large format machine if you plan to be traveling up and down. If you know you are the type that travels a lot, you are not the type that stays, you don't need a large format machine. When you are going to buy a large format machine, make sure you stay with the machine so that you can always watch how the machine behaves. You can always monitor, and check. What are the routine things, maintenance you need to do with your machine on a daily basis? Clean these nozzles, wipe the head, do just minor maintenances. Of course, don't touch the face of the printer head, but do your manual pump, do your clean nozzle. If you know you don't work a lot, at least once in 2 days or 3 days, do nozzle clean, do manual pump. Make sure you see all the nozzles clean and then leave the machine. If you clean the machine once every 3 days, your machine will still be fine. So I'm not advocating, oh, stay with the machine every day and all of that. No. If you know you are not very busy, it's still good to get machine so that you don't have to spend the money outside. That's if you can afford 3 million to waste on the ground. But aside from that, if you know you are really too busy, 2-3 weeks you are not around, don't get a large farmer machine. Otherwise, you are going to be feeding your large farmer machines to dust, to rats, and then to oxygen and to the environment. So I hope this has helped you. I've said everything I've said now, not to confuse you, but to convince you that if you want to get a large farmer machine, please remember to stay with it. Otherwise, you will be wasting your hard-earned 3 million, and then you eventually sell it as scrap, maybe like 400k to some aboki guy who's going to use it for something wild. All right then, hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye, take care.